Do you want to find off-market multifamily deals like a pro without relying on anyone else to keep your pipeline full or worrying about where your first or next deal is going to come from? Stick around because that's exactly what I'm going to show you guys today in this video. Hello everybody and welcome back. If you're watching for the first time today, my name is Paul Macaluso and I am the multifamily renegade. Over the last 5 years, I've built a portfolio worth over $6 million, starting from zero with no partners and no inherited fortune. And my goal of this channel is simple. It's to show you guys how you can do the same exact thing step by step. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how to use direct mail the right way to make multifamily property owners reach out to you wanting to sell their properties directly. I'm going to cover the exact steps to get your phone ringing with motivated sellers so you can start landing deals consistently. So let's go ahead and jump into things. Okay, guys, there's a couple things that you have to understand about using direct mail to make sure you do it the right way. First things first, you do not, if you're starting to use direct mail for the first time, you do not want to use a massive list sending things out to thousands of different people, right? You really don't want that. I'm a believer that size does not matter in direct mail. The thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is sending to a very targeted audience with the right message. Very, very important to your success. In this video, we're just specifically focusing on the letter and the envelope, but I'll do another video discussing how to really drill in and narrow down who exactly you're sending to and where you can actually get these lists from. But let's just say for argument's sake that you've already zeroed in on who you're going to be sending these letters to and you're looking for the right message to put in front of them. That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, in direct mail, the first thing that you need to accomplish is getting your letter open. If you don't get your letter open, it's going to end up in the trash. So the first step is to make sure that your letter gets open. Obviously, you're not standing in the kitchen or in the office with the person that you're sending it to, so you have to be very creative on how you're actually sending the letter to make sure that it gets open. There's a variety of different things that you can do to increase the chances or the likelihood that your letter gets open. One of the things that you should do is make sure you're paying attention to the envelope. Today I wanted to show you guys this envelope, which is it's a fake rapid or urgent delivery envelope. Now you can buy these from a variety of people. I actually got this one from 3D Mail. If you haven't heard about them, just do a quick Google search and you can find their website. Great people. They're certainly not the cheapest envelope type to send, but they certainly get open. There's a very, very high open rate with these types of envelopes, and there's a variety that you can choose from. Again, it's a very cool looking envelope. This size is actually 6x9. I believe they make 12x9 as well. So it really all depends on your budget and what you're wanting to do. Obviously, the cost can come down if you're buying in bulk. But step number one is you have to get your letter open. If you're working on a budget, a shoestring budget like I was when I first started, you can just send things out using certified mail. And to be honest with you, certified mail gets some of the best open rates and response rates that you can get with direct mail, because obviously somebody getting a certified letter, they have a certain pre-frame in their mind, like, why am I getting this? Who could this be? It's pre-framed in their mind as important. Not a lot of people are receiving certified letters, so obviously when they get it, they're going to be paying attention to it. So if you're working on a shoestring budget, you might want to pay attention to, or consider rather, sending using certified letter. And that can be sent just in a regular number 10 envelope. So let's jump into the letter itself. And I'm going to try to splice in here through the editing a screen capture of this letter so you guys can see what it says, and I'll break down a little bit of the psychology so you understand why it's written the way that it's written. But basically, this is the letter. It's a single one-page letter, but up top, it has a fake $1 million bill stapled to the top of it. And you can get these in bulk from Amazon, super cheap. I mean, I think you could get like 1,000 of them for maybe like $5 or something like that. So they're super cheap to get. But they go hand in hand with this particular letter because it mentions the $1 million bill and why it's included in the letter to begin with. So if you can imagine, if somebody's sending this letter out in a regular number 10 envelope, this is basically how it looks when they open the envelope. So they see this $1 million bill right away, prime time when they open up the letter, right? So it's smack dab in their face. They're wondering, okay, I got a certified letter. I got $1 million bill on it. What is this? They're instantly going to want to read further to understand what the heck this is all about, right? Not only are they seeing a certified letter that they're getting, but as soon as they open it, it's $1 million bill or fake $1 million bill inside of it. So the chances of them reading the message that you're sending to them are significantly high just for those two facts right there. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the screen capture portion of this video right now, and I'm going to break down some of the psychology used in this letter and why it works the way that it works. So let's go ahead and jump into the screen capture and go over things. Okay, guys, as you can see, this is the letter. Now, I'm going to read this real quick. Bear with me. Not the best reader out loud, so we're going to try to breeze through this, and then I'm going to point out some of the most important parts of this letter and why it's written the way that it's written. So it says, Dear Francis, as you can see, I have attached a nice, crisp $1 million bill to the top of this letter. Why have I done this? Actually, there are two reasons. Number one, I have something very important to tell you, and I needed some way to make sure that the letter would catch your attention. Number two, secondly, since the message in this letter is going to potentially make you a nice profit, I thought using money as an eye catcher was especially appropriate. Here's why I'm writing you. Your Las Vegas apartment building located at 1924 Cindy Sue is of interest to me, and I would like to make you an offer to purchase it. Seriously. You see, I need to acquire an apartment building in Las Vegas and must do so within the next 30 days. I've identified your building located at 1924 Cindy Sue as an ideal candidate. I've literally looked at hundreds of buildings cautiously, skeptically, and spent a ton of time analyzing them. So trust me when I say 1924 Cindy Sue may be the right one for me. When I buy apartment buildings directly from owners, I save owners hundreds of thousands of dollars in capital gains taxes, tens of thousands of dollars in real estate commissions, and close deals quickly with zero hassle. Why my offers make sense? You can net more money dealing directly with me and avoid grossly overpaying broker a high commission fees. When I offer on an apartment building, I close on that building, period. No games played. If we agree on a price and terms, I guarantee we will close. Dealing directly with the buyer and not listing your property on the open market, you avoid all the tire kickers and low ballers. You will always know what is going on once we go into contract and have a direct line of communication with me at all times with no middleman. Right about now, you're probably wondering, what's the next step? Well, that's easy. If you have any interest in exploring the opportunity to sell 1924 Cindy Sue directly to me with no middleman or real estate broker, please do not wait. Pick up the phone and call me. I'm a real person, and this is not a phony letter mass mailed to thousands of owners. Call my number below, and you will see I answer the phone. Then it gives my number. Remember, I need to acquire an apartment building within the next 30 days, so time is of the essence. Looking forward to hearing from you. Right, so that's the letter, guys. Now let's get into exactly what some of the psychology behind this letter and why it works so well. So number one, remember, we have that eye-catcher $1 million bill stapled to the top of it. And any letter that you're writing and using direct mail, any piece of direct mail, once it's open, you have to keep them reading it. There's a guy called Joseph Sugarman that I learned some very cool direct mail tactics from, and he talks about the slippery slope. So you have to keep them reading. He was a big catalog guy back in the days. I think he actually brought blue blockers to market. I don't know, some of you guys that might be dating me, but Blue Blockers was a pair of sunglasses that did extremely well. He brought it to market using direct response tactics in catalogs and then went on to do it in infomercials. But anyways, he talks about the slippery slope. So once the letter's open, you've got their attention, you want them to keep reading, because if you lose their attention, they're going to crumble up the letter, throw it away, on to the next one, right? So it says, as you can see, I've attached a nice, crisp $1 million bill to the top of this letter. Why have I done this, right? Instantly, when they see the $1 million bill, they're going to be wondering, what the fuck is this about, right? So you're addressing that right here and there. You're telling them, hey, there's actually two reasons. And then you go on to list the reasons. First one is you tell them straight up, hey, look, I needed to get your attention, right? Then two, this can potentially make you a nice profit. So I thought using money as an eye catcher was appropriate. So boom, they're already damn near a quarter of the way through this letter, and you've got them continually reading it. Then here's the kicker. Here's why I'm writing. You tell them straight up, hey, I'm interested in your property, and I want to make you an offer to purchase it. And seriously, I'm serious about this. You see, I need to acquire a building and need to do so within the next 30 days, right? So that creates urgency. You're using urgency to let them know that, hey, this is important. This is how I got your attention, and you guys got to pay attention to this. And you go on to tell them that you've identified their property as an ideal candidate. So you're not just guessing. You know, this is something that I've looked at and not literally looked hundreds of buildings cautiously, skeptically, and spent a ton of time analyzing them. So trust me when I say this may be the right one for me. So you're explaining to them up front, hey, I've already done some research. I've looked at a bunch of properties. I really think that yours could be a good fit. And then you go on to tell them, hey, when I buy buildings directly from owners, I save them hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Because at this point, they're like, all right, well, what the fuck's in it for me? You want something for me, but what's in it for me? You got my attention. You're telling me why you got my attention. Now, what's in it for me? And you would instantly address that. So typically, if somebody's reading this in the order that they're reading it, this naturally comes as a question in their head, and you're already immediately addressing that. And then you go on to list the reasons why, and these reasons are super important, right? A lot of people have a negative experience or a negative connotation when they're dealing with brokers because of fees, right? We just saw that by the recent National Association of Realtors settlement where they paid billions of dollars regarding fees. Then you want to tell them, when I offer on properties, I actually close, right? No games. I don't fuck around. So these are all very important elements to this letter that are speaking directly to somebody that may have considered selling their property. Then you address a problem with, hey, if you put it on the market, you're going to deal with low ballers or tire kickers, right? So you're telling them you're going to save them money, you're going to not play any fucking games, and they're not going to have to deal with tire kickers or low ballers. And you might low ball them, hell, I don't know. But that's up to you to figure out how to justify the value that you're actually offering. And then you talk about communication. They're always going to be in communication with you. They're never going to have to guess or hunt you down. You're giving them your direct number, right? Now you're probably wondering, what's the next step? Obviously, if they've gotten to this point in the letter, they're wondering that same exact thing. So you tell them, look, this is what the next step is. And then down here, you're also reminding them, hey, I do need to get this done within the next 30 days. You're not saying you have a 1031, right? You're just creating urgency. You're just telling them, hey, I have this timeline that I need to fulfill. So they may associate that with a 1031, but you're not saying it's a 1031. Okay? So that's basically the psychology behind this letter. I hope this really helped you guys out and you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. And if you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel before leaving today, make sure you do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get updated on all the latest videos that I drop. I try to drop 2 videos a week, so make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. So thanks again, guys, for watching. I appreciate your time. Hopefully this helped you out, and get out there and put some deals together. I'll catch you guys in the next video.